Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are San Diego.
The Padres' Matt Kemp, just 9 RBIs from hitting the 100 mark, takes aim at Colorado tonight. And Carlos Gonzalez of the Rockies since June 1st, 32 home runs, best in baseball since the All-Star break with 23 homers. We're Central Baseball. Padres rookie Colin Ray making his 6th start of the season tonight. The 25-year-old is 2-2 and fresh off his best performance against the Dodgers last time out. A no decision, but struck out 6 Dodgers, only 4 hits and 2 runs in his 5 innings of work. As we welcome you to beautiful Petco Park, Mark Grant, Dick Henberg, pleased that you've joined us. The Padres are 9-4 against the Rockies on the season, but absorbed a defeat yesterday.
Yeah, it would have been nice to win game 1 of the series, but 4-game series. Hopefully they can at least split this series. But tonight, Colin Ray's got his game set ahead of him to try to get 2 important hitters in this Colorado Rocky lineup who had tough outs, Dave.
Well, 2 men that share the National League lead and home runs, and Gonzalez and Arenado.
It's a great 1-2 punch, and when you look at the Rocky sluggers this year, the rankings, home runs, RBIs, and sure they play Gorse Field, Dick, but you know what, though? When you split these in half, you look at on the road, for the road, 18 home runs, 47 RBIs for Arenado, 14 home runs, 31 RBIs for Gonzalez. So these guys can pretty much hit anywhere. And quite frankly, tonight's game with Colin Ray on the mound, I'm anxious for the rookie to face these 2 guys and get a big league taste of what it really is like pitching at the big league level. So Colin Ray's got his work cut out for him.
Between the 2 of them, 72 home runs. The entire Padre lineup tonight has a total of 90 home runs. Well, it's Colin Ray on the mound tonight. The big league audition for the 25-year-old from Iowa. That continues, and Chris Button will measure his progress when we return.
Vandenberg getting ready for Game 2 of this 4-game series. Padres versus the Rockies. And the youngster, the 25-year-old Colin Ray, getting the start today. It's his 6th start of the season. And as Dick Enberg said, coming off his best start of the season, which was refreshing to see since he was coming off his worst outing on the road. I talked to Pat Murphy just about what he's learned and how he's developed in his short time in the majors.
I think he's starting to feel more and more confident. I think that his fastball is more consistent. I think he has lapses every game for a hitter or two. I still think that he gets affected by results, and those are things that young pitchers do, and we all get it. So I think he's still maturing, but I've seen good progress.
So Colin looking to get his 3rd win of this season. A great outing last time, but didn't earn the decision. We'll see if he does today. See if the Padres can lock up these Rockies as they get ready to start Game 2. Padres Rocks coming up from Petco Park when we return on Fox Sports San Diego.
Sony Action Cam. Prove yourself. By Petco. What we feed them matters. By Mercury Insurance. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com and see how much you could save. And by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. Just pure value. Beautiful sunset. Heat and humidity of this day creating some spectacular scenes here in the beautiful city by the ocean, San Diego, as Colin Ray takes the mound for the Padres on a very warm Tuesday night. Unusually warm, 84 degrees here at game time. And let's take a look at the Colorado Rockies starting lineup, brought to you by Hyundai. Charlie Blackmon leads it off. Jose Reyes, acquired in the Tulowitzki trade from Toronto at shortstop. Then Carlos Gonzalez, then Nolan Arenado, back-to-back. They share the lead in home runs in the National League. Then Justin Morneau, batting champion a year ago in the National League. DJ LeMahieu has the 5th best average this year at .318 in the national side. Then Ben Paulson, catcher Dustin Garneau, as Nick Hundley on his birthday is not in the starting lineup. He has a sore neck. John Gray on the mound for Colorado.
And rookie right-hander Colin Ray making his 6th start. 25-year-old has a fastball Curveball, cutter, and a change. 90 to 95. He's got to get that location, though. Downward plane works well with the tall frame. And the scouting report brought to you by our good friends at Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And a warm but very comfortable evening. We're set to go. The umpires, Mark Wagner behind the plate with Foster at first, Winters at second, and Machlinski at third. Blackman, good leadoff hitter, batting .292, has 36 stolen bases, and the first pitch of the game is in there for a strike. 89 on the fastball from the 25-year-old Colin Ray. There are Blackman's numbers, not only a lot of hits this year, amongst the top 10 in the league, but hits with power. 15 home runs. Walt Weiss in his third season trying to improve upon last year's 66 win season. The Rockies start tonight with 57. Slap foul.
I think Walt Weiss knew exactly what he was getting into when he was hired as manager of the Rockies. Very popular in Colorado. Hard-nosed player. Tough to win up there. They're going to hit. It's all about the pitching. Hasn't come through this year.
Grew up near Denver in Aurora, Colorado. Went to high school there. Up high, 2-2. A little more on the fastball, 92. Blackman got the Rockies off on the right foot yesterday with a double and scored immediately on LeMahieu's triple. And the Padres unable to catch up with the Rockies. Close. 3-2 now the count. Center field, and coming in is Jankowski for the out. As we check the rest of the Padres defense, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Jankowski in center with Upton in left and Kemp in right. Solarte and Jerko guard the left side of the infield. Spanchenberg and Myers on the right side. Will Myers at first base tonight. And Norris now, who played first yesterday, behind the plate for Colin Ray.
And 2 miscues last night led to some Rocky runs. That was the difference in that game. Got to clean it up a little bit.
Jose Reyes, batting champion for the Mets 4 years ago when he hit .337. 4-time All-Star.
Look out.
That's dangerously aimed toward the fans behind the third base dugout.
You know, there's a lot of talk recently about that netting that possibly Major League Baseball is going to incorporate down the lines, whether it's next year or the year after that. Serious consideration into that.
They should.
Yeah.
1-1. Reyes, 32 now. Nolan Arenado in the on deck circle. That thing went skimming right over his head into the first row. Arenado bruised yesterday diving into the stands going after a foul ball, but okay in the lineup tonight. There's a protective swing. The count remains at 1-2.
And the first curveball we've seen from Colin Ray. A lot of fastballs up to this point. Had him off balance a little bit.
That's in there, and he knew it. Strike 3. First punch out for Colin Ray. He had 6 against the Dodgers in his last outing. No decision. He went 5 innings and allowed just 2 runs and 4 hits.
You know, the scouting report, I mentioned that good downward plane. Well, excellent downward plane down and away to Reyes. He's got to be good with that location of that fastball. That was perfect.
Now here they come, the heavy hitters, Carlos Gonzalez and Nolan Arenado. No one has been hotter in the home run department than this man since the All-Star break. 23 home runs since the break. When we saw him back in April, he was still recovering from off-season injuries, and he was just a shadow of himself. Now he's the cargo that has terrorized pitching the last few years in Colorado. Lifts this one into shallow left. A long run for Upton. He calls off Jerko, and on the run makes the catch. A 1-2-3 start for Colin Ray. Bottom of the first inning, and here it is. Will Myers to lead it off with Jan Solarte batting second. Matt Kemp, then Justin Upton in the cleanup spot. Jed Jerko has had a good homestand. Derek Norris behind the plate hit sixth. Then Corey Spanshenberg, the pitcher. Colin Ray again batting in the eighth spot, and Travis Jankowski ninth. Against John Gray, the 23-year-old former star with the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, they're looking for big things from this Sooner. Boomer Sooner. Scouting report, fastball, slider, changeup, 92-97. He'll throw the changeup. He's learning how to throw that changeup in hitters' counts. You better be darn sure at the big league level you throw an off-speed pitch when it's a fastball count. That's what he's working on with the changeup.
And oddity, he's had 6 starts, but no record thus far. Hitters are batting .327 against him. Will Myers to start it for the Padres. And the first fastball at 92. Myers, first extra base hit yesterday since coming back from the DL. A double into the left field corner. Just missed a grand slam homer. Another fastball, 1-1. Jan Solarte to follow, and then Matt Kemp in the first inning. Big, strong hands of this 24-year-old. Reminds me of a quote from Babe Ruth. He said, "What's your philosophy of hitting?" He said, "I try to grip the bat as hard as I can and swing as hard as I can."
Really?
That's how you hit home runs.
I like that philosophy. And I was just about to ask you, have you ever been down to the dugout and pick up one of his bats?
Ground ball to short. Reyes there. And across to Morneau for the first out. Keep your thought. We've got to introduce the defense for the Rockies first. Charlie Blackmon in center with Paulson getting a start in left and Cargo in right. Arenado, Reyes, LeMahieu, and Morneau around the horn, with Garneau doing the receiving for John Gray.
But a thin handle, big heavy top, very top heavy, that bat of Will Myers. Oh, it's like a tree trunk.
Solarte trying to dump one into center field, and running it down is Blackmon. 2 away. Now that's rare. Solarte normally takes a pitch or two until a strike is thrown, but he jumped on that first delivery.
Oh, Jan Hermes was even looking at the big board on the replay of the pitch. He wanted to see exactly where that pitch was.
Well, Matt Kemp, his number represents his streak of reaching base safely, 27 games in a row. And his 91 runs batted in, third best in the National League. Arenado leads in RBIs, then Goldschmidt in Arizona. Kemp is third. Two-run homer yesterday afternoon was his 19th. And he started at 91. He's slowly increasing the velocity of his fastball, now to 94. Well, the home run yesterday, different than most of his. It wasn't a high arcing drive. It was a line drive into the left field corner. Just ducked it into that short porch. One of the shorter home runs of the season for Kemp, but it all counts. High fly to center. Blackman staring up at it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for young John Gray. We're underway at Petco.
No score. You saw yesterday Nolan Arenado went and dove head first trying to catch a foul ball yesterday. Here's the play. He runs over, and here it is. Flips over the wall. He left the game early, went to go have some x-rays. They called it a chest contusion. The good thing is those x-rays came out negative. But here he goes, face first. He joked afterwards. He said, I thought it would land on a person and they would provide some extra cushion. Turns out Padres fans said, we're not helping you. And he said, I landed on the armrest of the chair, and that's what landed right into his sternum. So good news. He's obviously feeling better out there today.
And bad news for the Padres. He comes out lashing that one just foul. Yeah, he's fortunate that that was not a serious injury. Here's a man that he is just compiling numbers this year that are phenomenal. In fact, I'm surprised that there isn't more talk about him being the National League MVP.
Oh, he's definitely putting up good numbers in and year out. This only being his third full year. Just the offensive numbers going up each and every year. You'd think that pitchers would be able to make some adjustments.
Center field Jankowski makes the catch. Third outfield put out so far of the first 4 outs. Arenado isn't shy about going into the crowd to get a ball. That was yesterday. Look at this play. One of the great catches of the season on the tarp and flipping, and comes right up throwing to home plate. No, the field isn't just by the dimensions set by the warning path. He's all over the place. If you're within 2 rows of the playing field, watch out. Arenado's on the hustle. Justin Morneau, the hitter.
I'm really glad to see Colin Ray make a good pitch and get him to fly out. Let's see if Colin Ray can make some adjustments tonight and get these Colorado Rockies out. They're number 1 in offense and average with 269. And here's a veteran guy who's been around. Let's see how he goes after him. Just follow the game plan of Derek Norris behind the plate.
And he falls behind 3-0. Morneau RBI single his first time up yesterday, and then he struck out the next 3 times. And a 4-pitch walk. First base runner of the game. Morneau jogs to first. That'll bring up DJ LeMahieu. All-star LeMahieu.
Good on-the-job training right now for Colin Ray. Look at last start versus the Dodgers, a team in contention in the National League West. Right, goes 5 innings, 2 earned runs. Now an offensive lineup here with 2 studs we just talked about: Gonzalez, Arenado,
and LeMahieu having a terrific year. His .318 batting average ranks him 5th in the league. He has the 5th best average at night, .325. He's the 7th best in the league on base percentage, .375. Not a bad man to move around in your lineup. Hits a lot of balls to right field. That's a strike, 1-1.
And with that 2-seam fastball, you see the highest batting average. He can hit it some double plays as well. 14 this year for LeMahieu.
Bryce Harper currently in the lead for the batting championship of the National League with Buster Posey, D. Gordon, Goldschmidt, and LeMahieu, the top 5. Outside corner, so inside, outside, he paints for a 1-2 advantage.
Sometimes when Colin Ray misses outside on the glove side, down and away to the righties, he'll kind of yank his glove. His glove will get low on the front side on the follow-through, and then he'll kind of yank it. He did it a pitch prior to DJ LeMahieu, but made an adjustment there, and that's a good sign.
Good block by Norris. 2-2.
Okay, Justin Morneau over at first base. He's got a tether on over there. He's got about a 5-foot lead. So Colin Ray can just concentrate on making a good quality pitch. Hopefully put one on the ground in turn 2.
And another full count. Yeah, we're going to be checking the scoreboard from now to the end of the season. A lot of interesting races, a lot of wild card possibilities. And all these games count a bunch. Teams anticipate an opportunity to get into the postseason.
See if they put him in motion here. No.
There's a one-hopper, right field. Morneau will hold at second as Kemp comes up with it. And that's what he does. He uses the whole field and is especially effective going the opposite way. A look at the keys to the game tonight, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, keep the Rockies 1 and 2 off the base paths. That's 1 and 2, meaning Blackman and Reyes. So Gonzalez and Arenado don't have any RBI opportunities, especially with the long ball, which is a big story. Clean, crisp baseball. 2 miscues last night for San Diego. Led to runs for the Rockies in the first and third. Let's have a clean game defensively and have an errorless game.
Ben Paulson, the left fielder, former star at Clemson. He's now 27, has some power, 10 home runs. He takes a big rip.
And is a CHP in the offseason, Ben Paulson, judging by the mustache there. License and registration, please. Sans the mustache tonight. Let's go back to the prospect look. He looks 15 years younger tonight, doesn't he? Other than that photo on the big board.
Yeah, it's something about that. When you shave, you do look younger.
Yeah.
Just like when you shaved your head there, you just
took
dropped
20 years off.
Yeah, I thought 15 at least. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'll tell you what, if the Padres win 10 in a row, I'll grow my hair out.
One singular hair.
Oh, there's a guy who's fortunate.
Yes, sir.
The prospector.
One and 2.
Good pitch.
Yes, sir. Umpire Wagner liked it as well. Second strikeout for Ray, both caught looking. That'll bring up Dustin Garneau, the catcher.
That's that fastball. He starts on the inside part of the plate. They watch Paulson, kind of freeze him a little bit. Right on the inside corner for the second strikeout. That's a good sign. Into the lefty. Love it.
Well, the Iowa farmer from Cascade, the Hawkeye State. 2 out now with 2 on. Good job by Norris scooping that out of the dirt. Just a reminder, fans, because of the rain earlier in the season that washed out one of the games, there will be a game on Thursday that's not on your Padres schedule. It'll be a 12:30 start, the makeup game. And a good matchup, too. Tyson Ross and Jorge De La Rosa, who's won 9 games for the Rockies.
And you know what the upshoot of that story is? I heard there's rain in the forecast for Thursday.
Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, we certainly need it.
Stay tuned.
There had to be some rain out in East County today. 3-0. The pitcher is due next, Gray. So there is a base open, third base. Garneau just 3 hits and 24 at bats since being called up. And a 4-pitch walk. A couple of those in the inning. He didn't throw a strike to Morneau either. So the bases are loaded now. That pushes Morneau over to third. LeMahieu to second. And John Gray, who does not have a hit, 0 for 7 in his 5-6 starts now. We'll see how he swings the bat. Single and a couple of walks load him up for the Rockies. Well, pitcher Kyle Kendrick had never homered until yesterday when he took Ian Kennedy into the second deck of the Western Metal Supply Company building, part of the 6-4 win for Kendrick and the Rockies. 6 straight now out of the strike zone.
Well, he started him off with the first pitch breaking ball, a little slider, and now missing with the fastball.
That's a strike. Laid it in there at 92. Morneau, LeMahieu, and Garneau aboard, the 3 Frenchmen. Strike 2.
Just pound it. Outer third.
That'll make Gray blue. He strikes out his third and leaves the bases loaded. Padres will hit from the middle of the lineup. Upton, bottom of the second. Washington. How about the New York Mets? They were down 7-1, and they rally and beat the Nationals 8-7. Kirk Neuenhuis, the home run that breaks the back of the Washington Nationals. Oh my! And there are National University standings in the NL East. That drops Washington 6 back of the Mets. And they were looking to try to sweep the Mets and get back in tight contention. It's New York getting the wins as they did in New York earlier.
And Matt Harvey giving up those runs in the Washington Nationals.
But they're able to rally. It was a team that we saw couldn't score runs middle of the summer,
right,
but they have picked up the offense. Justin Upton leads it off in the second. Looking for his first home run in September. Out of the home run column here during the home stand, he's due. 24 on the year. 2-0. Shift on. Jerko and then Norris to follow.
Yeah, heavy on that left side with Justin Morneau on first base side, all by his lonesome self. Outfield going the other way. Oh, that was a hanger, and Justin just couldn't square it up at 94. There's the 3.
He likes the fastball. In fact, he averages 95.5 miles an hour with the fastball. That's right up there with the leaders in baseball. Sliced into the right field corner shallow. A long run for Gonzalez, and he can't get there.
John Gray also uses one of those unorthodox deliveries. He doesn't get the good old shoot rock fire, you know, rocking back and then pivoting into the rubber, in front of the rubber. He kind of steps forward. Remember, like Jason Marquis used to do when he was with the Padres.
Right.
He would stay right like that, and then he would step forward. It's almost like from the stretch position, and then he'll get rocking forward, and then to the side, leg kick, go after him.
Inside at 94.
Yeah,
Full count.
Everybody's different. Everybody has their own little idiosyncrasies and deliveries that they feel comfortable with. He tries to keep it simple, it looks like.
And a little slider gets Upton swinging. First strikeout for John Gray, and that gives us a chance to go down to Chris Budden. Chris?
Well, Dick, I found out the scoop of what happened with Ben Paulson's facial hair. Turns out that's what it looked like before he got called up, and then he grew out an entire beard that was kind of Charlie Blackmon-esque. And then a month ago, he had a shaving accident, tried to trim the left side of his beard, trimmed too much, so he said, I'll just shave the whole thing off. Which, Mark Grant, you would know. That's how you ended up with the hairstyle you've got.
Oh, believe it, yeah. You know what I would have done? I would have kept half the beard.
That's a bad look.
Clean shaven on one side, beard on one side.
Yeah.
How cool would that have been?
Right. You walk alone on the road trips, I know that. Jed Jerko.
Yeah, the beards are becoming more in vogue these days. It's all cyclical, isn't it, Professor?
Yeah, it used to be. It was so rare. They had the House of David. They all had the big, heavy beards, right? And barnstorming baseball team.
I mean, back in the day, it was short hair. Then the mutton chops came into play. Then the long hair, and then the beards, and then they cleaned it up a little bit. Then the mullets came into play. And Cash, he's covering every decade: the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. He's got the mullet. Josh Johnson with the beard and the. Oh, look out, Jed. That was up near the noggin. Man.
How did that not hit him?
Oh, he did everything correctly. Recognizing it, turning into the catcher, showing the backside. Wow.
Reaches out and punches a base hit to center field. Well, that's the way to get back at a pitcher that dumps you with that high heat. Just go out and drill a base hit to center.
Yeah, after getting back at his heels, it looks like John Gray tried to go down and away with a slider. Jed Jerko just gets that bat out in front enough. It is the slider and all arms. Hey, reach out and touch somebody. Hey, reach out and get yourself a big league knock. He's got the backside going to the Rockies dugout. And he's using all of his arms for a big league hit.
Brings up Derek Norris. He's had some good success against Colorado all year long. Norris, 12 games, hitting .447. And time for our Arco top tier profile, and there it is with Norris hitting .447. 21 hits in just a dozen games, a couple of those home runs.
Oh, believe me, players know that. Pitchers for the Rockies know that. They know the numbers. Will they be tentative against Norris? And then that's when he works a walk and pass it on to the next guy to do some damage.
Ray ahead on the count, 2 strikes. In his previous 6 starts, Gray has given up all but 4 of his 18 earned runs in the first 2 innings. Padres hoping to jump on him early, but it hasn't been the case yet. 14 of 18 earned runs against him in the first or second inning. When the Padres were up at Coors Field earlier in August, Gray pitched and went 5 innings, allowed only 1 run and 5 strikeouts. It was a game that the Padres scored 3 in the 9th inning to win 7-5. One of his no decisions. Corey Spangenberg waits his turn.
Game's going at a great pace, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just flying along.
Love it. Wake up this crowd with a big fly here.
Outside, 2-2.
How about a big hit? Split a gap somewhere. Big hole in left center field.
Yeah, if you're going to sit back and enjoy the action tonight, make another batch of popcorn, because it figures to be a long game with all the extra players in that Colorado dugout. We've already been forewarned that Walt Weiss plans, once we're beyond 5 innings, to use as many pitchers as he can. Get a chance to look at some of the youngsters. He yesterday employed 7. Swing and a miss. He chases it outside at 95. A couple of strikeouts now for Gray. That'll bring up Spangenberg.
Hey, kind of sneaky fast, don't you think, Dick? John Gray, because he doesn't really have a violent delivery, but he's got great arm speed, and that ball is by Derek Norris. Very late on the high heater away.
Spangenberg yesterday had a bunt single in 3 trips. So he puts a little on, takes a little off on that fastball.
He's being a mathematician out there, adding and subtracting. Got a mathematician to our right, the angry statistician, Mike Trussell, who does a great job for us up here in the booth.
Thank goodness he's not multiplying.
He can add, he can subtract, he can divide.
Ooh. That long division, I mean, that's the real test.
He's got his
abacus.
My first pencil is that real thick one, you know, like kids use in kindergarten. My first eraser.
He's a teacher. That's the equipment they use. Breaking ball, and Gray is in front, 0-2.
There's that slider down and in.
Pitcher is on deck. Hitting 8th, Colin Ray. And the count levels at 2-2. Well, Toronto went into extra innings against Boston tonight, tied at 1. They put up 4 in the 10th to beat the Red Sox 5-1. And the Yankees lost 2-1 to Baltimore. So Toronto gains a full game tonight. That's right down the middle, and John Gray, strikes out the side. No score after 2. To go out to the Moore's Cancer Center at UCSD as we're ready for the big telethon coming up. Pedal the cause to raise monies to fight this terrible disease. Met a lot of great people out there, patients, researchers, doctors. There's a lot of enthusiasm about progress being made in those research laboratories, and that's good news for all of us. As Chris Young joins us, and he certainly is one who can stand up and announce his appreciation for what cancer research has done for you.
That is true. That is true.
You first were detected, 12 years ago?
Yeah, I had a lymphoma 12 years ago, and it was actually not in a lymph node, so they weren't sure how to do it. So I went through natural stuff, and then after that I eventually went into the hospital at 130 pounds and was given 24 hours to live and had a great doctor, Dr. Harish Chanchiani there, who worked me through it, half dose of chemos, radiation, and went through that process and was cured. About 5 months later. That was 12 years ago. They told me I'd never walk again. I would never. So it's pretty amazing.
You're a miracle then, huh?
Yeah, I've been written up in a couple of cancer magazines based on that condition right there.
High fly ball as Charlie Blackmon leads off the top of the 3rd inning. Justin Upton settling under it for the first out. Well, every family's gone through it. It touches their own, and it has me in this last 2 years. 3 different, my brother, sister, and my daughter. And you just hear the C word, and it scares the living daylights out of you, and it's for real. But here, I'm sure that's how you felt initially. At 12 years ago, would you have thought you'd be here watching a ball game?
No. And then 5 years ago, I had a melanoma that was actually removed. And then recently in April, I was diagnosed with melanoma stage 4. Which was in my spleen, my liver, 80% of my liver, my lymph nodes. So what's amazing, what's going on with the research right now and this stuff right now is, had this been 3 years ago, it was terminal. I was 8 to 12 months with this new research.
And then talk about, Chris, the not only the support at the hospital, but your friends and family. How has that helped you along?
Oh, that's incredible. My wife has been married 30 years. I just had my first grandchild 2 weeks ago.
Really? Congratulations.
Yeah, so it's my son Tyler, and then I have another son, Kyle, 25, and a daughter, Kelsey, who's 19, going to college. And they've been great. I have to go through the treatments and that part of it. I can only imagine what they have to go through as far as the emotional part. especially with this last one, because what I have, if this doesn't work, this is a terminal disease. I'm positive. I'm doing great. My scans have come back. I'm doing a treatment again tomorrow, every 2 weeks. Family, my mom and dad are here. My mother-in-law is here. So it's amazing what the support you get from the friends and from the family.
Reyes trying to bunt his way on, thrown out for the second out. And you touched on something, and having gone through it, the personal experience, the mind over matter with this disease as well. Yeah. I mean, you've got to fight it.
Yeah.
And it does work sometimes.
Yeah, I feel very optimistic that I'm going to beat it for the third time. So.
Good on you.
Good for you.
Yeah. And like I said, this treatment I'm going through now, which is an immunotherapy, they call it, which is a new drug that's not approved by the FDA. The first couple, you do 2 drugs, and it's got huge side effects, but went through those really well. And I'm going through these now where I'll do a treatment tomorrow and go to work in the afternoon.
So that's the encouraging part of it all, and that's what I sensed in making my visit last week to the hospital, that they're really excited in that laboratory about the progress they're making, because in the past it was all to take the tumor and physically examine that, but now they're getting so much information, they call it liquid research, out of blood and urine, and finding out possible leads to contracting a cure, creating a situation where they can attack and counterattack. The cancers are pretty clever too.
Oh yeah. And the doctor I have right now, Dr. Daniels, which is amazing. He's one of the top 3 oncologists for melanoma in this area, and he's doing this research right now, this study right now. So anyone who can help do this through these causes is tremendous, to allow these research to go on and then be able to beat that cancer.
And that's what this is all about, the Padres and Fox Sports San Diego supporting Pedal the Cause. And folks, we're going to have the big radio television telethon on Saturday. It's going to begin at 2 o'clock, and it'll carry all the way through. We'll be up in San Francisco for the evening game with the Giants. We'll have reports on how much money is being raised. We encourage you, even now, you can donate. There's the information on your screen. And it's a 2-day bicycle event where you can support a cyclist. You don't have to. You can donate your money. And if you've ever been touched, and I'm sure most of you watching have, it's a chance for you to join the fight.
You know, you can text now by texting that to that number. The number won't work until the telethon on Saturday, so we encourage you to text and tell a friend about it.
Arenado, a sharp ground ball to third, and the inning comes to an end. And Chris, we thank you.
All right, thank you.
Keep up the good work, huh?
Thank
Chris?
you, both of you.
God bless you.
All
Take
right,
care.
Thank
All
you.
right, be well.
All the best. In the third, lots of excitement before the game tonight because we have so many outstanding youth baseball programs here in the San Diego area, and of course the Sweetwater Valley Little League All-Stars, the Chula Vista South Pony 13 All-Stars, and the Scripps Ranch 12 and under All-Stars. All were honored before the game tonight. and each did such an outstanding job, made our area proud, and it's another example of how the baseball influence of the Padres and all they've done for the Little League and youth programs is paying off. That Pony 13 were the International World Series champions. They beat the Dominican Republic.
Oh, wow, that's great news.
And the Scripps Ranch 12 and under, they were the Western Regional National runners-up, and then the Sweetwater kids, they go deep into the Little League World Series. So great to have them here with us, and congratulations to all those involved. And Chris is going to line up the coach of the Sweetwater team. We'll get a chance to visit with him later. Ray takes strike 3. And it's a continuation of what we saw yesterday, an avalanche of strikeouts. It's 4 straight outs on strikeouts from John Gray.
Well, there's been a pitch limit thing that's been going on for years in baseball. You're talking about protecting the arms of pitchers, and John Gray, you know, it's around 160 for John Gray. He's at 114. You know, of course, the Matt Harvey story in New York has been just blown up all over the place about the Dark Knight and the Mets. Colin Ray at 101 2/3. I think sometimes it kind of gets out of hand a little bit. That's just my opinion.
Well, that's how baseball is raising their young arms. I mean, it's just this. That's all the systems are doing it.
There's so much money invested in these players, and you want to try to get the most out of them. I can see that.
It's just hard to fathom that in this era, with the nutrition much better, the training facilities so much better, and you go back to 25, 30 years ago where, you know, if you didn't complete your own game, it was an insult to your pitching. That they, you know, Nolan Ryan would go 140, 150 pitches every time he took the mound, and now all of a sudden the system says that a young kid can't throw that many innings, and it seems there's as many elbow injuries now as there ever was before. So where is the right answer? I'm sure every major league club is doing heavy research on just that fact. What is the best way to raise your young pitching?
You know why I think there's so many Tommy John surgeries and elbow surgeries? And you're going to think I'm crazy. Well, you think that already.
Right.
But after this pitch.
And a walk to Jankowski, so the Padres get their first walk from Gray. Okay, be crazy.
Texting and video games. Look at my arms right now, always working my fingers. My arms are always like this, how many hours during the day, and doing video games like this all the time. And I talked to pitching coach Darren Balsley about it, and he's a firm believer of it. And I'll tell you what, back in the day, my first year of A-ball, 1982. I was a freshman out of high school, played rookie ball. I threw 199 innings in A-ball. There was no limit. As an 18-year-old, they just gave me the ball every 5th day and said, "Go get him, kid." Now 199. Somebody's getting fired.
That's right.
If somebody in A-ball goes 200 innings these days.
Yeah, are we training arms not to be strong, or are we training arms to be protected so they're not injured? That's
exactly
the dilemma. Now there's a man who's endured some long seasons and a lot of innings, and very proud of the fact that he's 200+ innings every year that he's worked. In fact, more innings than any pitcher in baseball the last 4 or 5 seasons.
And I think also it's become, as we take a look at Josh Johnson on the mend again, I think it's become too specialized. Kids are wanting to become pitchers, and they're pitching all year round. I'm a firm believer of play all 3, 4 sports if you can. When it's baseball season, play baseball season.
Totally
play
agree.
baseball.
Jankowski bluffs. Myers to third. Arando to second for 1. Back to first. A double play. 5-4-3 around the horn, and that's it for the Padres in the third. Still no score.
I am joined with the Sweetwater Valley team and their head coach, Ward Lanham. And, Coach, thanks so much for joining us. First of all, what was that like to be up in Williamsport and be able to share this with your son and all of your players as well?
You know what? It was a great experience. Like I said before, TV doesn't do it justice, and to actually go through it and look at it through the eyes of the players, it was surreal.
You have any good stories for us? Any funny moments from up there that maybe they didn't catch on TV?
There were quite a few moments, but what happens in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse.
You learn at an early age. My final question to you, what do you think they learned the most being a part of that? What do you hope the message that they took away from Williamsport was?
You know what? I would say more it's their approach to everything they do. Not, to the game, to schoolwork, to, their job in the future. It just comes down to the way they prepare themselves. So I'm hoping that, when they go away from it, they just know that, when you work hard, good things happen.
We appreciate the time. Great representation of San Diego, guys. We had so much fun cheering you on and watching you guys. Dick, back to you guys.
Yeah, they made us all proud. Great group of kids. And I love the fact that, they obviously wanted to win, but, hey, they lost. They were great sports. They enjoyed each other. They had a good time. They were kids. Mm-hmm. And we adults sometimes expect too much of our children. And you'd put them on that stage, a national stage. It's easy to throw a lot of pressure on a 12-year-old shoulders, but these kids seem to handle it very well, and that reflects on their coaches and their parents. Ground ball up the middle and back through into center field. Justin Morneau with a second hit for the Rockies tonight. And that gives us a chance to name the Sweetwater gang as our San Diego fans of the game. And keep wearing those Padres jerseys with pride. We'll see you out here maybe as a big leaguer yourself someday. That is the dream. DJ LeMahieu, he has the other hit, singled a kangaroo bounce into right field his first time. Mark Sweeney joining Mark Grant here with all the expertise.
How you guys doing?
How you doing?
Congratulations to Sweetwater, too. What a great story.
Really
They'll
was.
Never forget it.
Hey, that's 3 out of the last 6 years. We've had a San Diego team go deep into the Little League World Series.
A lot of talent, obviously, in these parts.
And around San Diego, when they have the success like that, there are other teams that are saying, hey, why not us next year?
In the corner, tough play for Kemp. He can't make it. That ball slicing away from him, and he's running out of room. He knew that wall was coming up to smack him. Good effort by Matt. LeMahieu's still alive.
How close was it? Oh, he got leather on it.
Well, that was like a roller derby roll there. Yeah. You got to call off the jam.
Thunderbirds. You talking T-Birds?
Oh, you bet. Did you ever notice that whenever somebody went off the track like that, it was always in the same place by the one camera? It was amazing. They never went on any other place. It was just where that one camera was.
It was so fun to watch.
1-1. Ooh, good breaking ball. That fooled LeMahieu. How about that for a September batting average? 440.
Well, started the All-Star game. He's had a tremendous year this year. And last year won the Gold Glove. Very good with the glove, but offensively he has really produced this year for Walt Weiss.
One of 2 men who have gone Gold Glove to hit. That ball to Upton in left field for the first out. How about Nolan Arenado? The same. He wins a couple of Gold Gloves his first 2 years in the big leagues, and then has just an absolutely mind-boggling season with the bat this year. We're going to have time, hopefully, his next at bat, just to give you an idea why he should get some MVP consideration.
It looks like he's going to corner the market for many years at third base with that Gold Glove, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. If you look at the third baseman, I think he and Donaldson athletically are probably the best in the game. Obviously, there's really good ones out there. Manny Machado comes to mind. A lot of young talent, but Arenado, for me, and we get to see him a lot, obviously, in this division. He's a very talented young man, and some people actually say, why not play him at shortstop? But third base, he has been tremendous.
That's interesting. He would be a good shortstop, wouldn't he?
Well, he's got the mannerisms and obviously the range and the arm.
Could be 2 here. Jerko will try it himself. 6-3, a double play. And that's it for the Rockies in the 4th. Padres come up with Solarte leading off, but oh, that double play. Pitcher's best friend rises at Petco.
An interesting side note here. Glenn Hoffman uses a unique fungo bat. Fungos are where they hit pop flies to the outfield. He's had his for 20 years. It was a gift given to him in 1995. So old he's had to now wear up electrical tape because the paint's starting to wear off. It was a friend from a Japanese coach that he got to know when he was the AAA manager. So look at that thing. That thing's made it through the years. And Mark Sweeney, you and I were talking. You had a good story about Jimmy Reese, who had an interesting fungo bat.
I agree. And Jimmy Reese, as you know, Dick, was one of the special guys in baseball. And when I was in the Angels organization, he used a flat fungo.
Actually, he cut the fungo right in half as Solarte hits one deep down into that right field corner, and he's on his way for two. A leadoff double for Solarte. The Padres with a chance to break this scoreless tie. If you took a bat and then cut it right down the heart of the barrel, and so it was flat on one side, that's what Reese used.
And you know what? He was so efficient with that fungo bat that he could actually pitch batting practice with it. And a lifer. He was a bat boy for the Angels. He ended up coaching with the Angels and spending so many years in that uniform. And here's the thing, guys. We meet a lot of special people in baseball. Jimmy Reese, I felt like I was supposed to meet. He taught me so much about the game and the passion of the game. And just put a smile on your face.
Roomed with Babe Ruth, or as he said, he had a bed in the same room as Babe Ruth. He was so he would run the outfielders and pitchers with hitting fungos, and he'd lead them just right, so they had to run full speed, and he could even catch the ball with the bat, and when you threw it back in on the bounce, he could get it on that flat side and deflect it to himself.
Guys, a former Padre, Mark Langston, who had a fabulous career, now a radio voice and radio analyst for the Angels, would always tell me stories about Jimmy Reese, and he said how passionate he was, and I could listen to Mark Langston about those stories for hours because it just put a smile on your face and how much he loved the game and doing this. So Mark Langston told me that Chuck Finley grabs the fungo bat, which Jimmy Reese didn't want to leave it. He always leaned on it, or it was always with him, and he was messing around with it, and it cracked.
Oh, no.
No way.
And he felt so bad about it.
Chuckles breaking the fungo?
He broke the fungo, and it was not a good day for Chuck Finley, but they all fixed it.
Well, Jimmy was very handy in the carpentry shop. He would make frames for all of us for pictures, and he had a little shop in his garage there in L.A., so he probably did a good job of fixing it himself as Kemp sends one way up into the night. finally comes down into the glove of LeMahieu. I'm glad you brought up Jimmy Reese's name. That makes me smile just remembering. What a beautiful man.
And you know what was great about being, because I remember hearing about Jimmy Reese when I was in spring training with the Giants back in the early 80s. So when we would go to Palm Springs, or the Angels would come visit us, you'd always make a point to go over and introduce you to him. And he was the nicest guy ever. He met so many people in his career. Even as a visiting team member, he would welcome you with open arms.
I'll tell you this, guys. In my first big league spring training, we're wide-eyed and wondering what we're going to learn that particular day. Jimmy Reese was set up in the locker room, and he had to put his uniform on every day. And at that point, he was struggling health-wise, but he wanted to be in uniform. So he'd come to the field early, and they would dress him. The trainers would dress him. And they had 3 chairs, 1 chair next to him and 2 others to his right, for the players to come in and sit down and talk to him during. And I thought it was just a magical moment. And you think about, a young kid trying to learn everything about players. Well, Jimmy Reese taught me the most and taught me that passion part of the game.
And you know what? In this day and age, if you're a baseball fan, Google Jimmy Reese. Read up on him, and it'll bring a smile to your face.
There you go.
Yeah,
he was a walking baseball history. And there was a chance to rub shoulders with history when you sat next to Jimmy.
Yeah, you understood the purpose of baseball and why you were having moments yourself, but also the history of the game. And that's what it really spoke volumes to for me.
Upton, the hitter. Solarte at second. Big cut. It's 2-1. Now, he was married to baseball. Now, baseball was Jimmy Reese's wife. And his love and passion for it carried it. It covered the clubhouse. He exuded that wonderful feeling that made you glad that you were part of the game, whatever part that might be.
The guys ended up having a Jimmy Reese. It said personal stock. Jimmy Reese was a T-shirt made by the veterans of the clubhouse. And it had 10 sayings on the back of it, which some of the sayings you don't want to say on air. But it was so great that everyone made a copy of that T-shirt. Well, I got one of those T-shirts my first year, and I wore it every minor league game I could. It was actually in shreds. And
right.
When they wash your stuff in the minor leagues, it doesn't tend to last too long.
And Upton caught looking. That's another called third strike. He has struck out both times up, and with 2 away, it's up to Jed Jerko.
Gray's got that nice, tight little slider working, righties and lefties alike. Justin Upton watches that one go by, catches the outer third, ends up right at the knees. It's a good pitch.
Last 3 strikeouts for Gray of his 5, caught looking. Well, so far, Solarte still at second base after the leadoff double. Jerko reached out and punched a single to center his first time. Jed's hitting certainly improved in this last month and a half or so. He's had a good homestand. He's hit 3 home runs.
Guys, you look at the last at bat from Jed Jerko, and John Gray buzzes his tower, and it's an uncomfortable feeling in the batter's box. He digs in, and confidence-wise, he takes a good slider out of the Gray's hand and punches into center field. That's how you get to that average going up. And Jed Jerko obviously has confidence. But those are the things you didn't see in the first half as much. Those adjustment swings and also digging in and handling that outside part of the plate.
John Gray using that fastball consistently now at 94. That ball is hit deep, but he's way out in front. And that'll land into the second deck, about 20 feet foul.
We take a look at the swing from Jed Jerko. His foot's down. He's in good position. This is just a changeup. Comes out of the hands of like a fastball, and that's the reason why he's out front. But nice swing by Jed Jerko.
No, that's exactly what I said in the scouting report, using the changeup in hitters' counts. It was a 2-1 fastball count. John Gray's pulling the string on him.
Ground ball, but right at the shortstop Reyes, and he fires across for the final out. So leadoff double, but Solarte stranded at second.
Catcher Austin Hedges. Always some good things we've seen this year, guys. I mean, look at the quick feet behind home plate, squaring up to second base. Accurate, good live arm. I mean, chances are every time it's going to be accurate. He's thrown out 35% and blocking baseballs. Great technique. Burying the chin in the chest protector, knees down on the ground, keeping it right in front of square on those shoulders. Guys, I know, Dick, you like Austin Hedges behind the plate. What do you think of him?
Well, how about the Padre catchers leading the majors and throwing out runners? Norris with 35, and Hedges in his brief appearances, he's thrown out 49 runners thrown out trying to steal. And Hedges, of course, has announced that he will be playing winter ball in the Dominican Republic for Moises Alou, who's with the Padre organization. So he wants to get more bats, more experience. Hey, we forget, and I thought it was a good point made in the pregame show, if he had gone to college, he'd be a senior at UCLA.
Yep, and I agree with you with all the assessments of Austin Hedges and the youngster going to winter ball, and it's going to be in a different environment.
High pop-up, shallow in center, a long run for Jankowski. He calls off and makes the play. Garneau is out, one away, and that brings up the pitcher, John Gray.
We see the conversations with hitting coach Mark Kotze and Justin Upton. Sometimes it's going to be animated. They have to get on the same page, and you need that. As a hitting coach, not only are you mechanically talking stuff, but it's also the psychological part of it that is very important.
But he struck out twice tonight. He's among the league leaders with 145 strikeouts, and the conversation may be, he took a third strike. That you got to be swinging with 2 strikes on you.
I'll give you an example of this, and you got to have fun with this game because it will mentally beat you down. But one of the best hitting coaches from the Padres perspective that I had was Merv Retman. He also lives here, and Merv was on the bench, and guys would come in and say, Merv, that pitch wasn't there and I don't feel good, whatever. And Merv said, well, listen, maybe you're just not good right now. But and here's the thing, it's not jokeable, but it's just getting yourself out of that mindset and that anger that you can't just let it linger on. And I think Merv had the perfect balance for all of that. He talked mechanics, he got you to get into a routine, but he also had fun with the game and got you out of those tough times.
Pitcher Gray struck out his first time, 3-1, and he chops this one to the left side. Jerko rounds it off and throws him out. Well, it's like the professional golfer playing in the pro-ams, and that amateur getting upset because he didn't make the shot or the putt, and you hear it all the time, the pro saying, you're not good enough to be angry.
I've been there.
It just amazes me, guys, at this level when position players don't take their bat out to the position, because that's got to be so hard on a guy after a tough at bat, and then the good guys that go out there and they let their glove do the talking.
Well, what would the pitching coach do to get you out of that? Would it be similar, or would it?
It would be very similar. Pat Dobson was that guy, Mark. You hit it right on the head. A guy who had a great sense of humor, but yet when it was business, it was all about business. But he would try to lighten the mood a little bit by busting your chops a little bit.
Yeah, I love that.
He was great. I don't know if you ever met
Dauber,
Pat.
of course, yes.
Charlie Blackmon has flied out twice.
Well, I'd give up a home run or something, which was, pretty often. So I'd come back in the dugout, he'd sit next to me and go, hey, how'd you hold that one? And I was like, oh, okay, really? What can you tell? And then he'd get down to business. Hey, you might want to think about this next time. Think about that.
Another fly ball, this one deep to left center. Jankowski, a long run, and the park is the right size for the Padres as another fly ball out thrown by Colin Ray. Moments in Padres history brought to you by Geico. Last month, August 15th at Coors Field, Matt Kemp did it, completing the first cycle in Padres history against the Colorado Rockies. A home run, then a single, then a double, and then the toughest of all, could he come up with a triple? And the answer was, yes, he did. The cycle, after 47 seasons of baseball in San Diego, finally accomplished by Matt Kemp. Bottom of the fifth, Derek Norris, then Spangenberg and pitcher Ray. Both these young right-handers have done a great job so far, each allowing only 2 hits and no runs. Ray with 5 strikeouts. He's walked 1. Norris struck out his first time. Well, congratulations to Serena Williams. She's through to the semifinals. 2 matches to go to complete the tennis Grand Slam, the calendar slam. Beat older sister Venus in 3 sets tonight. 6-3 in the third.
Who was the last woman to do that, Dick?
Steffi Graf in 1988.
She was pretty good.
She was very good. And then Margaret Court back in the early 70s before. And then the first, and only 3 have done it. San Diego's own Mo Conley, Little Mo.
No, Yvonne Goolagong never won it?
No. A lot of majors won by, you can name all the great players, but to win all 4, the big ones in the same year.
Wow.
Yvonne Goolagong?
Now Cauley. Yvonne Goolagong Cauley. Chris Evert didn't do it. Martina didn't do it in the same calendar.
Yeah, when she doesn't do it, that tells you it's hard to do.
And on the men's side, our neighbor up here in Carlsbad, Rod Laver, the only one to accomplish that twice, as Norris earned a leadoff walk. Don Budge, first to do it as American in the 30s, and then Laver twice in the 60s.
Well, if you're looking for something to happen, Corey Spangenberg in this situation could easily do something here, either hit and run, put something on. Nolan Arenado is up on the grass trying to take that bunt away, but he can also take it with him.
You know, even though that Gray has a couple of walks, he's still around the plate. Maybe the first couple pitches, see some action.
He dragged the bunt yesterday for the base hit.
John Gray might be thinking right along with you there, Mark Sweeney. The right-handed Zane Smith.
Yeah, it is. It's a straight look-alike.
He's got the salad working in the back as well, like Zane used to have. Left-hander with the Braves and the Pirates.
Party in the back.
He's got quick feet. Nice snap throw over to first base.
Norris with better than average speed. We'll see if manager Murphy puts in a play. Ball 1. Threw that fastball right through the swing of Spangenberg.
You know, Mark, I mentioned it a couple innings ago, but John Gray, he doesn't have a violent delivery, but it looks like it's 92, 93, but it looks like that ball just jumps up on
really quick arm, and he's struggled with his secondary stuff, which when he does struggle, but tonight you're seeing that power slider, the changeup to go along with that.
On the inside corner, 93.
It's not a lot of movement, but you're seeing both sides of the plate.
Yeah.
He's throwing into the Padre hitters. And there's the arsenal tonight.
Outside, 2-2. So with 2 strikes on Spangenberg, Arenado now is backed off, playing deep at third. Well off the line. The hole there between first baseman Morneau. That's where Spangenberg would like to ground to base hit. But he chases the breaking ball in the dirt, and another strikeout for Gray, his 6th.
Well, when you're successful with your fastball, you can go to that secondary stuff, especially that hard biting slider.
And here it is, Mark. It's worth another look.
Thrown just like a fastball, and it comes out of those hands, and the hitter sees fastball and that late break.
Colin Ray, he struck out the first time up there to bunt the runner Norris over to second. Arenado walking in from third. Ray has shown that he can handle the bat pretty well. He's got a couple of hits in his 8 trips.
I was just wondering if they're possibly like a butcher boy here or something like that. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Nice thought.
Takes it low, ball 1. That'll keep that third baseman honest.
Yeah, and the key is to keep that bottom hand down near the knob so you can slide that top hand down and get in a good hitting position, Mark, like you always talk about. Those hands getting back. You have to do that quickly.
Yeah, it really isn't a full swing if you're doing the butcher boy. It's just a chopping effect and let that speed of the pitch.
Yeah, it's a good bunt. Gray to first base. Second baseman LeMahieu covering. Sacrifice successful. That leaves it up to Travis Jankowski.
It's that time of the game for you fans to have some fun. Tweet your strongest fan photo. Mark Sweeney, what do?
They do a hashtag SDDataStrongFan.
And you might just see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. So it's brought to you by our good friends at T-Mobile.
The Padres with a man in scoring position. The walk and the sacrifice. Jankowski walked his first time. 3 RBIs so far for the young outfielder. He'll play in the Arizona fall ball after the season's over to get more at bats. Ball 1.
Now, so important, Dick, to have that development phase for these younger guys coming up to the big league level, testing themselves, knowing that they can play at this level, but also you have to develop, you have to work on things. And Mark Kotsay and Alonzo Powell will give these hitters some thoughts to work on and what they want to get, gaining consistency in their approach. Heard Steve Finley talk about with Jankowski just using his legs a little bit more, incorporating his legs, whether it's a little momentum, a little gather in his setup. And I think his upper half, it's a nice path to the ball. But when you sync up your legs and your upper half, you start getting a little bit stronger and you start being able to hit the ball where it's pitched.
That's a strike, 2-1.
Oh, 95, a little bit extra giddy up there from Gray.
Only 73 pitches for Gray. 2 outs here in the 5th.
Yeah, he's been on a pitch count the last few times. 75, 80-ish for John Gray.
Yeah, 89 is his
tops
season high.
Will Myers would be next. Just to tuck in some information we should have shared with you yesterday, but remember the Padre wives had those baskets with all the personal gear and favorites and movies and gift certificates and that sort of thing, and memorabilia that they auctioned off the other night. Give you the final results of that. Line drive, center field, charging is Blackman, and it's right there in his glove. Hit perfectly hard, but right at the center fielder. No score after 5. Cubs. And the Cubs win again. They blasted the Cardinals yesterday 9-0, and he had a big lead again today. That's Starlin Castro with a home run as the Cubs make it more interesting in the National League Central with Pittsburgh winning. The Pirates are now only 4.5 back, and the Cubs 6.5 behind St. Louis. And in the wild card, Cubs and Pittsburgh pretty much assured the 2 wild card spots.
Yeah, that's a definite. You're just wondering where the home game is going to be, that play-in game for both of them. But the Cubs taking down the ace of the Cardinals, Michael Wacha.
Who are you starting if you're the Cubs wild card?
Well, I want Arrieta.
So do I.
I'm starting
Lester.
Lester, yeah.
Have Arrieta in the pen, obviously, if something goes haywire early.
Colin Ray, who has not gone past 5 innings in his previous 5 starts, enters the 6th. This is Reyes leading off. And 1-1. Reyes, then Gonzalez and Arenado, the big guns for Colorado.
Win or go home, right?
2-0 the count to Reyes. 3-0. Ray has walked 3 and struck out 3.
Got the double barrel working. Zepchinski, Vincent, lefty righty for San Diego.
Take a look at the NL Central with the finals in. The Cardinals now, of course, the wild card could change if Pittsburgh and Chicago melt down the Cardinals.
Well, a lot of games in the division, you know that. But for the Pittsburgh Pirates, losing that play-in game 2 years in a row just adds that importance of trying to win the division. St. Louis Cardinals have made that very difficult this year.
3-2. Strike 3 called. Reyes caught looking for the second time tonight.
Well, I don't know what Reyes was thinking right there. Full count. Fastball. Frozen pizza.
Boy, that's right in the middle of the zone.
With anchovies.
Do you have to?
I think anchovies are underrated.
Oh, overrated.
Especially on Caesar salad. Extra, please. Have you ever had anchovies?
You want to supersize it?
Why not?
Supersize the mince after you eat it. Fargo takes a breaking ball, just misses. Since the All-Star break, look at that. First in the National League in home runs, RBI, slugging percentage, extra base hits, and third in runs scored.
Just dominating in.
Healthy, right, Mark?
Healthy. Troy Tulowitzki gone. He is the man in this with Arenado.
Ray's calling, and the pitcher gets out of the way, and Jerko comes right to the mound to make the catch.
Come on, Colin. You got to take that yourself. Take charge. You're the best athlete out there on the field of play. Let's take a look at the pitch with those numbers. Looks like a little slider, and Carlos works under it and out in front of it a little bit.
Well, the Padres have done a nice job with Carlos Gonzalez. The rest of the league hasn't in the second half.
Yeah.
That'll bring up Nolan Arenado. He's flied out and a hard ground ball out to third. We said that we would run down his portfolio for the season among National League standings in the various offensive departments. He's 6th in runs, 2nd in doubles, 8th in hits, 1st in home runs, 1st in RBIs, 1st in extra base hits, 2nd with runners in scoring position. Is that any good?
Yeah. He's put another step in his career going the right way, especially offensively.
Just 24.
You know, I think, and I'm going back here, the last player to win an MVP on the last place team was Andre Dawson.
Yes.
1987. I think it was 1987.
Two and one now to Arenado.
Weren't you a Cubs fan?
Well, I was on the Padres then, and I was a Padre fan. And
I know, but you grew up a Cubs fan.
oh yes, yes I did. Yes.
Who did he play for when he won the MVP?
Cubs.
Oh.
Great year.
The Hawk.
I think our angry statistician is going to get on that one. Make himself useful tonight. Over there sharpening pencils and sorting his erasers.
How about the hawk, the closed stance? You don't see that very often anymore.
Power swing. You talk about bat speed.
Up high, 3-2 to Arenado.
Yeah,
2 outs.
He didn't try to go the other way.
No.
He did, but he didn't try to. Yes.
Yeah. So full count to the Rockies' third baseman. Oh, he just missed that one. He skies it behind short. And Upton comes in to call off Jerko for the final out. 6 solid shutout innings for Colin Ray.
May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated. How you doing by the express written consent of the San Diego Padres?
Well, true to the pitch count, Walt Weiss goes to the bullpen and calls upon Gonzalez German.
Well, he's got a lot of arms down there, right, Dick? On that bullpen, Walt Weiss does, and we might just see them all.
Small army. El Cajon Ford brings us our pitching change. Recalled from AAA Albuquerque, mid-August, German. Originally signed by the Mets from the Dominican Republic back in 2007. He made his major league debut in 2013.
Well, you think about the pitching matchup tonight, and John Gray and Colin Ray also doing a very good job. And it's the young arms that you have to protect both innings-wise and also the amount of pitches being thrown.
Will Myers starts it here in the bottom of the 6th inning. No score. We'll see whether or not Colin Ray will be asked to pitch another inning. Been a very efficient performance for him. So Gray goes 5 innings, no runs, just 2 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts.
Looks like Ray is still in game mode. He's got the wing wrapped in the towel. He's got his game face on still. Germain's got a good arm. He can average about 94 in the 4-seamer, but erratic command can come back and bite him. Also throws a changeup and a slider.
Myers is grounded out and grounded into a double play tonight. Bottom fell out of that one.
Slider.
Well, Gray living up to his first round draft status. He was the 3rd overall pick 2 years ago out of the University of Oklahoma.
Well, impressive young man. 75 pitches on the night tonight.
I like his stuff. Sneaky fast. He worked the corners. Nice tight slider.
Well, I think anybody is going to just question if he mentally can solve Coors Field. I think that's everybody's discussion when you talk about pitching.
That ball is drilled to left field, and Myers will watch that one go all the way. Touch 'em all. Welcome back, Will Myers. Number 6 in the first in several months as Myers gives the Padres a 1-0 lead.
Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Will Myers all over the 2-2 slider. And you know what happens? Was that a slider or a changeup? You know, I stand corrected. That was a changeup, a combio. You can hang a combio, and you know what happens? You hangy.
You bangy.
Oh, believe it.
Yeah, that had the good sound and the right result for the Padres as Myers sent that one more than 400 feet. See, that's it. He's just got so much talent.
Well, what a great swing, and you can see the grip of the changeup, the extension by Will Myers.
Solarte and line drive. LeMahieu able to snare it. Solarte had doubled his last time. One away, and Matt Kemp the batter. They measured Myers' home run at 409 feet.
Kid made a nice catch out there as well. Brought his glove to the ballpark. He's going home with a souvenir off the bat of Will Myers. There he is.
Isn't that terrific? Came out of the shadows. He played that all the way. He called for it.
You bet.
Kemp is flied out and popped up. Yeah, another quirk in the young baseball life of John Gray. This was his 7th start. He still does not have a decision. He'll go into his next game 0-0.
Well, I think they put the reins on him, too, being up at the big league level, controlling his innings. Don't have to talk about it. You just have to do it.
Went around. And it's a ball and a strike to Kemp. Justin Upton on deck. The home run is the 144th of the year hit here at Petco. 144, the most ever, 167. So there's a chance this will be a home run haven in its 11th year at Petco Park.
And what do you do after you hit a home run? You go straight to the hitting coach. Hey, coach, wasn't I good?
Thanks for the flips before the game.
Yeah. Did you like the flip drill, Mark? What was your big drill?
I did. I love soft toss, and I was huge off the batting tee. I had to do that almost every day.
2-1. Off speed. Well, Kemp hasn't reached base safely tonight. He has that 27-game streak alive coming in. And he keeps it alive. It's a base hit to right field. Gonzalez has a terrific arm, and Kemp knows that. He's going to settle for a single, and that makes it 28 straight games he's reached safely.
Well, obviously, we've seen the power this whole second half, but we've also seen him handle the inside part of the plate and pulling his hands in to go the other way. You take a look at his swing and pulling his hands in. This is the most important thing. He gets his foot down, good hitting position. This ball is in, and fighting it off and letting it travel just a little bit, trusting yourself. And that's the reason why a lot of smiles on Matt Kemp's face these days.
Well, not any smiles on Upton's tonight. He struck out both times. Ball 1. Well, the 28-game streak matches Chase Headley was the last to go that long, with reaching either by hit or walk. Back in 2012, Headley had a 28-game string. Well, 1-1.
good life on that German fastball. A little tail to it. Go along with that change-up that he throws.
See, it's a humid night. The perspiration on the arms of players. Right side, trickles through. Kemp will hold at second as Gonzalez up with the ball. So the Kemp-Upton partnership. Back-to-back singles for Jed Jerko.
Looked like Justin Upton went down and got that one too, and then shortened up on it, just hitting the top half of that baseball. Almost like chopping down on this one, not trying to elevate or lift it. Recognizes it down, hit down on it. That ball's back by his knee almost towards the middle of both knees from that angle, maybe a little bit out front. To me, Mark Sweeney, you being the hitter, that's just a classic example of trying not to do too much.
Yeah, and he did. He let the air out on his previous swing, and then shortening it up. That's a veteran hitter that knows what he has to try to do, and he watched Matt Kemp do it right in front of him.
Steve Foster, the pitching coach, out to talk briefly with German. Jerko singled to center his first time, grounded to short. Hit it sharply last time for an out. .257 average in the second half of the season, but more importantly, the power production for Jed, 10 home runs, knocking in 32 since the All-Star break. Chance for more right here. Left field, it's hooking, foul into Souvenir Corner.
Rex Brothers. What's up, my brother? Warming up in the Rockies bullpen. What's up? What's up, brothers?
One ball, one strike. 2 on, 1 out for Jerko. 1-0 Padres. Myers home run.
That was a hanger there, it looked like, guys. Another changeup from Germain. He's got good arm action on that, though, huh, Mark?
Good arm action, but everything is very hard, which is an easier adjustment to make if you're the hitter.
Aaron Balsley on the phone to the bullpen. That may indicate that Colin Ray's night is over. 6 solid innings, shutout innings. His best performance. And another no. LeMahieu, actually Morneau, the first baseman, playing way off the line, able to snare that. It just didn't have enough oomph. Just a dying liner for the second out.
Well, you think about it, Mark, too, with Colin Ray and pitching very well tonight. How important is it to get him a win and give him an opportunity to win?
I was just thinking that. I was hoping the Padres could add on here, and then you leave the game with the lead. You get the win. Hopefully, you turn over the bullpen. But you're absolutely right, Mark. He's thrown well tonight. 6 solid innings. Only 2 hits. Hey, you know, if Norris parks one right here, that's a 3-run shot. Then, you know, you might maybe send him back out there for 1 inning. 1 more inning.
Norris has struck out and walked.
He's hovering.
Very encouraging performance by the 25-year-old Ray.
You know, I really do. I think it's so important to develop at this big league level as Quackenbush gets loose, to experience that winning, to have that feeling. Saw Matt Cain up in the Giants. He pitched so well when he first came up to the big leagues, but always had a lot of no decisions. I think it wore on him a little bit.
Yeah, especially as a youngster, you go out there and you pitch your heart out, and you got nothing really to show for it. I mean, you know, like for instance, John Gray. I mean, he must be a Notre Dame fan because you look on his line, it's ND, 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 no decision. For first 6 starts, you know?
Now 7.
That's right.
High fly ball off first. Morneau reaching and grabbing that one right out of the first row. So the Padres get 3 hits, but the home run on the wrong end. The leadoff home run, Will Myers, then the 2 singles to follow. Number 6 for Myers. It's 1-0.
Cole, Stu, tell the people, tell the fans, how does it feel to be the ugliest coach in the league?
Let me tell you something about Carlos Gonzalez. Cargo is one of the ugliest men in baseball. And I tell you no lie when I say this. He is the ugliest man in baseball, bar none.
Come on,
look at this face.
Look at this. Look at this.
This is a face only a mother can love right here.
Yeah, it's great to see that camaraderie with third base coach Stu Cole and Carlos Gonzalez. Having fun with each other. Hey, the subject of being ugly is a pretty popular one in most every dugout.
It is, you bet.
Well, look who's out there. Colin Ray with 84 pitches, 41 strikes, and 43 balls. Facing Morneau, then LeMahieu and Paulson.
Well, what's nice about this, now the kid has a lead. See how he pitches with a 1-run lead and late. Getting late in the game. Now into the 7th.
He's walked 3 and struck out 4. Falls behind Morneau, who has walked and singled tonight. Ray's retired the last 8 that he's faced. Sharply hit. Solarte there to glove it and throw him out. 9 in a row for Ray. Pitch count, he had the second inning when the bases were loaded, but struck out a couple to get out of trouble. Gray, a shorter leash. He allows only 2 hits and struck out 6.
Got ourselves a pitcher's duel.
Yeah.
A couple of youngsters out there.
Good to see.
Yes.
LeMahieu single to right and fly to left. He went around.
I also like what I just saw in that last pitch. Colin Ray coming inside to DJ LeMahieu from the side. On the appeal, you betcha. Let's go back to that same pitch. I mentioned inside. Hey, it's late in the ball game. You lead by 1. It's 1-0. Still, you can't be afraid to bury that fastball in. You just can't keep going away, away, away. Late on that heater.
1-2, LeMahieu. fans and empty seats the day after Labor Day. Fans that have arrived, better shot at getting that souvenir. Tomorrow night, the game is 1 hour earlier, a 6:10 start. We'll be on the air at 5:30 here on Fox Sports San Diego. James Shields on the mound for the Padres against Chris Russin. Remember, he shut out the Padres at Coors Field. In fact, Russin 5 wins so far in 2 complete games for the rookie. And then Thursday, it's a 12:40 start. That's the makeup game from the rainout.
Well, what's that tell you? That last pitch. 2-2. Fastball right down the middle. Can't catch up to it.
John Gray, a spectator now after 5 shutout innings. 2-hit ball. Crowds him again. Full count. Ben Paulson on deck.
Keep pumping that fastball inside. And that's where you want to miss. You know, sure, it's a full count, but you'd rather miss there than over the inner third. And then the next thing you know, there you have a tie ball game.
94th pitch from Ray. This is by far his longest stint. Up the middle. Jerko behind second. Makes the play. 2 away. 10 in a row retired by Colin Ray, and it's time now for the Cholula flamethrower.
And with Colin Ray on the hill, 93, that's a mile chunky.
Would you put that on your anchovies?
I would.
You really would.
Well, spice it up any way you can. You bet.
Ben Paulson has struck out and grounded into a 6-3 double play. Off speed out of the strike zone. Left field hit well. Jankowski on his horse and makes the play against the wall. Oh, it took all the speed of Travis Jankowski to get there. And fearlessly, knowing the wall was coming, makes the play. By Zaquan Casino. Play, win together in the heart of San Diego. by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. And by Jerome's Furniture, proud sponsor of the best seats in the house. Jankowski, after Paulson kissed the ball, he kisses the wall with that catch.
That was a nice play, wasn't it, Dick?
It really was. It took a lot of speed and the right angle. I mean, he intersected that ball perfectly. Rex Brothers comes in.
Ball was slicing off the bat, so it was going away from Jankowski. Very nicely done. And the veteran left-hander, Rex Brothers, he can get it up there now, this left-hander. Fastball, slider, changeup, mid-90s.
Corey Spangenberg will start it here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The bunt try, Arenado gets in, barely. Now, it's tough to beat out a base hit with that man playing third base. He's just too good. At that, Spangenberg made it close.
Boy, great bat control by Corey. And as you mentioned, Dick, Arenado positions himself to barehand it. He's made that play 100 times. And, credit DJ LeMahieu doing a little tiptoe dance over there, staying on the bag.
Pat Murphy may be in the mood to challenge this. No, apparently not. It's going to be a pinch hitter. Melvin Upton is going to bat for Colin Ray.
In the glove. On the bag. Looked like he was on the bag, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Upton Jr. The pinch hit for Ray. So Colin Ray goes 7 full. No runs, only 2 hits. Walked 3, struck out 4, and retired the last 11 men he faced.
That's a good night in the big leagues, young man. The Cascade Kid.
Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Good boy, Hawkeye. Hawkeye Ray.
It's only a little town, a farm town in Iowa of 2,000, but they produced a Hall of Fame pitcher, Red Faber, way back in the old days. Was from Cascade. He was the original Cascade.
Did they name Faber College after him?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Melvin hitting .236, 5 home runs. That ball's in there, 1-1. So Ray, 96 pitches. He actually threw less strikes than balls, 47 strikes, 49 balls, and pitched a gem.
Yeah, there were some deep counts there. He ultimately made some good pitches. 10 3-ball counts, in fact, 10 for Colin Ray. And that's when I think, the ball strike ratio has a tendency to be overrated.
Out of play. Well, the 2016 Major League Baseball schedule was announced today, very early. And a lot of great news for you Padre fans, as season ticket holders that plan to continue next year. The All-Star game, that's motivation enough to want to be a season ticket holder. But both the Yankees and the Red Sox will be part of it. There's a low liner right to Morneau, and he's out on the fly ball. The season will open on April 4th against the Dodgers, the home opener and the beginning of the season. The Orioles are in for a series. The Yankees in for a weekend series prior to the 4th of July. The Red Sox come in September midweek. We'll go to Toronto. The first time ever the Padres will play in Toronto. And the Home Run Derby, the All-Star game there, July 11th and 12th. It's going to be a great year.
Yeah, looking forward to go to Toronto. Sky Dome.
Great city. 2 outs to Jankowski, who's walked in line to center. One and one.
Once again, Jankowski facing a veteran left-handed pitcher like Rex Brothers. This is a taste of the big leagues. And one of the better left-handers. Hit the ball well last time. Smoked it to center field.
One nothing Padres. Walt Weiss's team won yesterday 6-4. Ground ball to the second baseman LeMahieu, an easy play, and a 1-2-3 inning for Brothers. We go to the 8th. The Padres hanging on to a 1-0 lead.
Top of the 8th inning. Mark and I are working on Padres Live, the post-game show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. You can probably hear them chanting for Quackenbush in the background, but Colin Ray, the star of this game, Mark.
The best start he had in his young career, and tonight it was the fastball command to both sides. You see that two-seamer on both sides of the plate. This locks up Paulson. You could see moving it in and freezing him, and then having some defense behind him. I thought this was really important tonight. You see the defense, the double play ball, Jed Jerko taking himself. Big night for Colin Ray in the big leagues.
Yeah, nice defensive positioning by the Padres coaching staff as well. When we see on Padres Live, the post-game show, gentlemen, we're also going to have the Ken Rosenthal report. He's our Fox Sports MLB insider. He's going to tell you about managers on the hot seat and who might be available. Also, we're going to break down the National League Central tonight as the Cardinals, also the Pirates, and the Cubs all in action. So we'll see you after the final out.
All right, Mike, we'll be with you on the post-game show. Always a great job. You catch up on all the news, the scores, highlights of the game tonight, the strategies. With Mike and Mark. M&M. Sweet. Quackenbush comes in to work the 8th inning. And will face the catcher Dustin Garneau in the pitcher spot and Charlie Blackmon. Corey Dickerson is in the on-deck circle.
Let's see how Kevin Quackenbush bounces back after yesterday. He pitched well. Joaquin Benoit out in the bullpen. Hey, Joaquin, ¿qué pasó? Kevin pitched an inning, a hit, struck out 2 yesterday against these same Rockies.
Popped up, center of the diamond.
That's a home run in a phone booth.
Myers comes in front of the mound to make the catch. Chris Budden, what do you have for us?
We'll take a quick update on this rather injured Padres bullpen. Joaquin Benoit threw today. He felt good, felt a lot better than he had the last couple days with the back spasms. But they'd like to give him just one more day. They told me today to be determined if he could pitch, but if everything works out, they would like to just give him one more day.
All right, thank you. And that perhaps explains why Quackenbush, not Benoit, is pitching here in the 8th. And that would leave Kimbrel for the 9th. Kimbrel is rested.
Hey, and it's all about picking each other up, right, Dick? I mean, there's no reason why. And Joaquin Benoit has been fabulous. I mean, the numbers have just been great. But now tonight is the night for Kevin Quackenbush.
Dickerson 0 for 5 as a pinch hitter.
I think that was the four amigos out there in the bullpen for the Padres. I love being my relievers now. Love those guys. Joaquin, Frank Garces, Marcos Mateo, Odriz Espana. Tranquilo, taking it easy.
Benoit obviously is holding court.
Absolutely.
Line drive right at the second baseman Spangenberg.
That's a hang with him.
Dickerson comes off the bench and whistles one right to the glove of the Padres' second sacker.
As promised earlier in the game, we have selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. Tweet your strongest fan photo to #SD Data Strong fan.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what, Jen?
More FaceTime for you? How does that work out?
I don't know, but
that's a bias. That's a bias. I'm
Hey,
protesting.
I don't pick them. I just smile and say,
Yeah.
"How you doing?" I think Jen is the mother of that fan, so we thank you very much, Jen. Appreciate that.
Oh, I thought your wife Mary took that picture. Here's the leadoff man, Charlie Blackmon. Flied out all 3 times, twice to center, once to left. Dangerous hitter and dangerous base runner, but a nice 2-hopper to Churko at short. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Kevin Quackenbush. Ray, 6th start was a beauty. Struck out 4 Rockies. No runs, 2 hits. Retired the last 11 in a row. And Will Myers' long home run into the second deck has given the Padres the 1-0 lead. And then there's the defense. Travis Jankowski daring the wall to stop him. Making an outstanding play on that catch. Padre pitching has retired 17 straight Rockies as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. An insurance run would be a nice gift as young Castro comes in to pitch for the Rockies. He's only 20 years of age, his 3rd appearance.
And as Walt Weiss said before the game, he's got a lot of arms down there, some guys with no big league experience, very little big league experience, if that. He's going to see what they're made of and what they've got at the big league level. Miguel Castro, fastball, changeup, slider. Mid-90s. This kid averages 96.
He'll face Myers, Solarte, and Kemp in the bottom of the 8th. First fastball at 97.
That's a live arm. That is some queso. long and lanky.
And then he comes back with a breaking ball, snaps in there, 0-2.
Muy Flaco. I bet you that's his nickname, Flaco. Skinny. Thin.
6'5", and they say 190.
190.
Pencil thin, those legs. Whatever happened to calf muscles?
I was going to say the cattle rustlers came and stole his calves.
You got to watch those wrestlers. Outside, 2-2.
That's good stuff, though, from Castro. He really spins the ball really, really well. Oh, La Romana, Dominican Republic. If you've ever been down there, you've got to go to La Romana. Beautiful place down there.
I want to go to Dominican.
Dick. You should.
In the offseason, I really would like to make a trip down. Swing and a miss. 96 on the fastball for the strikeout. And our game tonight is always presented in HD by Sony. Castro pitched as a professional at age 16. He's now 20. His minor league record prior to this year, 17-7. With more strikeouts than innings pitched. You can see why.
And I'm sure when you look at a youngster like Castro, you know, you talk about executing pitches, Dick. How are the...
That ball is drilled to right off the bat of Solarte, and it is up against the boards. Here's Cargo's throw. It's offline, and pulling up at second with his second double of the night, Yan Solarte.
That ball's crushed. He elevates that ball. It's another home run.
Yeah, a chance for insurance tally here in the eighth.
Good looking swing, getting extended. Feeling good at the plate, you betcha. Celebrate.
Good times.
Come on.
His 29th double. That ties him with Derek Norris for the club lead. Matt Kemp singled his last trip. Make it 28 consecutive games that he's reached safely. Trying to pick up Solarte. Upton moves into the on-deck circle. Breaking ball. A lot of movement. Ninth inning, the Rockies will have Reyes, Gonzalez, and Arenado, all their big hitters. So the Padres could well afford another run here in the bottom of the eighth. 95, 1-1. Greg Kimbrell apparently will be the man in the ninth. Another curveball. Big break. 1-2.
Ball looked like it was off the plate a little bit.
And some of the fans down below think so, and getting on Mark Wagner.
Yeah, you got it.
Track right on the corner.
Yeah, you bet.
And that one's on the inside corner. Well, breaking balls on the outside and inside corners. A couple of strikeouts quickly for Miguel Castro, and Kemp stops to pay adieu to Mark Wagner. Fox Track supports the umpire's call. Brings up Justin Upton. And our closed captioning, as always, brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. Upton struck out twice and singled to right.
Boy, you see that two-seam action at 97. Boy, if this kid can really hone in and throw, 8 out of 10 times where he wants a fastball, he's gonna have a good career.
2 out. Solarte still at second. .96 too low. Hasn't been a lot of save opportunities for Craig Kimbrell in this homestand. Padres are 1-6 in September, so nothing to save. There's that breaking ball. That's a good one. 1-2.
Yeah, if he stays on top of that breaking ball, it's going to have a little bit more tilt to it. That slider, as I mentioned earlier, the fastball, slider, changeup.
It's a lot of movement for a slider. Boy, the Dodgers continue to play well. They're leading the Angels tonight in the 8th inning, 6-2. Looking for their 80th win of the year. Good take. Full count now to Justin Upton. Jed Jerko would be next.
Insurance. Time to take out a policy.
Sounded like he snapped a bat.
Yeah, that fastball down and away off the end of the bat. And Justin will grab a new shillelagh.
Get one with a hit in it.
Yeah, a big hit.
That will be officially registered. Got something there that was right in his wheelhouse.
That looked like it was a room service fastball delivered right to your door. Just worked underneath it a little bit.
And ball 4. Didn't get the call, right on the corner edge. So 2 on, 2 out. And Jed Jerko, the batter.
Okay, hey, tonight, catch another episode of SD Live. Mike Pomerantz did such a great job. Coming up, Andrew Casher stops by with a very special guest to chat about his new venture in the community, plus an update on life off the field. Oh, look at the girl. Who's a pretty girl. Tonight after Padres Live right here on Fox Sports San Diego. I love the Canines. I just love them, love them, love them.
Based on that canine, it must have been a really exciting show. Jerko takes ball 1. Jed has a single, hard ground ball out to short, and a line drive to first, a dying liner. So he's made good contact again tonight. He's made better contact. This is the 9th game of the homestand, and Jed has been punched out only 6 times. He's really barreling up some pitches and 3 home runs to show for it.
Well, if he gets one of those 96, 97 two-seamers up, elevated around the belt buckle, he could do some damage. There's that slider.
2-0. Solarte with the 1-out double. Upton with a walk, 1st and 2nd, 2 gone. Outside. One run, 6 hits for the Padres. No runs, 2 hits for that man's team. 3-0 is he swinging? Not at that one. Way high, and the bases are loaded. Couple of 2-out walks joining Solarte's double. So Solarte over to third, Upton to second. Jerko at first. A Padre over every pillow for Derek Norris, who's 0 for 2. Remember, Norris is the top Padre hitter against Rockies pitching this year.
Well, he's had a chance to see 5 hitters come to the plate and see what Castro is all about.
Steve Foster, the pitching coach, with Reyes there as an interpreter. With the hitters that are going to come up in the 9th inning, Reyes, Gonzalez, Arenado, and if anyone reaches Morneau, base hit would be mighty fine for the Padres here with the bases loaded, 2 outs. 96 on the fastball. Castro was missing a lot with that breaking pitch the last 2 hitters, and just guessing, but you would think that the pitching coach probably said, hey, come on, got a good fastball, get it in there. 25th pitch for Castro. Center field, right at Blackman. He has to give some ground, and the inning comes to an end. Padres lead them loaded. And we go to the 9th inning. Craig Kimbrell will be tested by Reyes, by Gonzalez, by Arenado as he tries to save another. To you by your San Diego Lexus dealer. By Petco, what we feed them matters. And by Hotel Transylvania 2, in theaters September 25th. The well-rested is Craig Kimbrell. He hasn't pitched since last Wednesday. That was in the 9th inning of the game that the Rangers won in 10, 4-3. He shoots for his 37th save of the year.
Well, you know what you're going to get from Craig Kimbrell. Upper 90s fastball, that power curveball. And as Dick mentioned, in that outing, it was an inning. He punched out 2 Rangers to get some work in. And as he mentioned last half inning, there are the 3 hitters due up. And the career numbers versus Craig Kimbrell, Dick.
Well, Reyes is 5 for 7. Gonzalez, no hits. And Arenado 1 for 3.
Oh, 4 strikeouts. 0 for 5 for Carlos Gonzalez. 4 strikeouts versus Craig Kimbrell.
But this is the man that has been troublesome for Kimbrell. See what he has in store for him. Reyes tonight has struck out twice and bounced. Well, tried to bunt his way on and thrown out by Colin Ray, the pitcher. 98 sounded fast too, didn't it?
And I don't care who you are, strike one is so important. You take a look at the last 3 outings for the fireballing right-hander. No earned runs and a couple of hits in 3 frames.
5 strikeouts in the 3 innings. Right to the first baseman, Myers. An easy first down. That'll bring up Carlos Gonzalez. Now you face the 2 men that share the home run lead in the National League, each with 36. Well, here's our Bill Howe play of the game. Will Myers accounting for the only run, a no-doubter, his first home run in months. A deep drive of 408 feet into the second tier. And the young man who made the catch, you got to give him credit as part of that Bill Howe play of the game. Gonzalez has walked, popped up, and flied out. Ooh, good cut at a 99-mile-an-hour fastball.
Stay tuned. Padres Live, the postgame show coming up. Mike Pomerantz, Mark Sweeney going to talk about this one and what's going on throughout Major League Baseball as we enter the middle of September and all the pennant races. So stay tuned.
One and one. Breaking ball in the dirt. And then we'll be right back with you tomorrow night at 5:30, an hour earlier. That was going to be getaway day at the end of the Rocky series, but the added game, the makeup game, because of the rain out Thursday, and that'll be a 12:30 game, our telecast at noon. Breaking ball, and Gonzalez couldn't find it. 2-2. Well placed, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Down and in. A power yacker from Kimbrel. Get up on top of that and pull it hard and see the rotation. Down and in.
And a full count. Padres pitching staff has only 5 shutouts this year. That's kind of surprising in itself. They've been shut out 17 times.
I would have lost that bet as well. I'll be honest with you. If somebody came to me and said, hey, September 8th, the Padres are going to be shut out 17 times.
3-2.
Nice.
Strike 3 called. Gonzalez was guessing ball 4, but look at the Fox tracks. It's right there on the edge. And he's gone.
And rightfully so. That is a big league pitch. Backdoor breaking ball. And I reiterate when I say this, the Fox tracks is very, very accurate. Backdoor breaking ball. And Derek Norris does a fine job. He doesn't even have to frame that one because it's a legitimate strike.
So 2 away. There it is again.
Yep.
That's a pitcher's pitch. Sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. But the evidence is there for strike 3. And here's Arenado. He's 0 for 3, flied out twice, and a hard ground ball to third baseman Solarte. Breaking ball strike. Let's revisit quickly the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, keep the Rockies 1 and 2 in the order off the base passes. Blackman and Reyes. Look at that. 0 for 8. Good for you, Padre pitching staff, Colin Ray, and everybody aboard. 2 strikeouts. Clean, crisp baseball. No errors tonight, Dick.
All right. A grade. Arenado gets into one, and the game is tied. A 2-out, 9th inning home run by the league leader, his 37th this year. Oh, my. He takes the lead away from Carlos Gonzalez. They came into the game each with 36.
Well, it's a breaking ball.
Only the 3rd hit of the game for the Colorado Rockies.
Boy, that was, you know what, if taken, that's probably a ball. That was a curveball in and off the plate, and Arenado gets those hands in and golfs that one out. Wow.
Justin Morneau walked, singled, and hard ground ball out to 3rd. Well, this 24-year-old kid is becoming a superstar. I mean, he plays both offense and defense big time. Well, we knew something was wrong. This game was on pace to be finished under 3 hours. That would be an upset. Foul tip, Morneau, 1-1. So the Padres on the bottom of the 9th have the lower 3rd of the order. Spangenberg, the pitcher spot, and Jankowski. Wasn't hit that far, but down the line, 369 feet for the Arenado home run.
And you see where Derek Norris was set up in that breaking ball. He wanted it down and away, and it just didn't get that release point out there. It leaked in off the plate.
And that really did hang. It didn't break.
Right.
2-1 to Morneau. That one snapping against the Jerry Coleman Media Press Center. So 2 runs, both on solo homers. Will Myers for the Padres, and now a dramatic 2-out in the 9th inning home run from Arenado. And a full count. Got him swinging. Breaking ball. Couple of strikeouts for Kimbrel, but he gives up the 2-out home run to Arenado. And we go to the bottom of the 9th at Petco. All wrapped up at a run apiece.
Diego. But first, in all-new SD Live, he may be a starting pitcher, but this Padre can get down and dirty between the white lines with the best of them.
Probably wasn't ready for a dog just because I was still traveling all over and moving, but I wouldn't trade her for the world. I think she's a once-in-a-lifetime dog for sure.
So, bottom of the ninth inning, the Padres and Rockies tied at 1. Boone Logan comes in out of the Rocky bullpen. He pitched last night 2/3 of an inning. Faced 2 batters, struck both of them out. Arenado once again delivers the big home run blow.
Oh, another lefty, Boone Logan for Walt Weiss and the Rockies. 53rd game for the left-hander. Pitched last night in the 8th.
Back to Arenado. He has doubled his home run total from a year ago. He had 18 last year, 36 coming in tonight, now 37 to go with that Gold Glove.
Well, the rally caps are out.
He might get the Quinella this year, Silver Slugger and Gold Glove. Spangenberg struck out twice and was out trying to bunt his way on, thrown out by Arenado, who's in on the grass. And a ground ball past Arenado. Spangenberg's going to go for 2. Here comes the throw from Paulson. Not in time. A leadoff double for Spangenberg. And we told you earlier that Arenado was in on the grass and off the line, and so that low line drive skids right by him.
A great job taking Logan, letting that ball travel. Boy, that ball is nearly the middle of Corey Spangenberg by the belt buckle. Cutting down the range. Let's get him over now. Corey Spangenberg, utilize that speed. Get into scoring position.
He was thinking double from the time he left the batter's box.
So Clint Barmes get that bunt down, get him over to third base. Good bat control Clint Barmes has.
Barmes batting for Kimbrel. Foul, strike 1. He has 2 sacrifice hits this year, Barmes.
Hey, a wild pitch would be a bad thing here.
Yeah, the disadvantage that Pat Murphy has with AAA Club El Paso in the Pacific Coast League playoffs, he doesn't have that added membership in the bullpen, where Walt Weiss has 14, 15 guys out there. Beautiful bunt. Absolutely perfect. Arenado throws to first. The second baseman LeMahieu covering. Now that's textbook.
Nice going, veteran. Clint Barmes. High fives all the way around.
So the winning run at third, 1 out. Let's see how Walt Weiss plays it.
Dick, you're absolutely right. Spangenberg recognized that he is off easily into third. That was textbook.
Now, do you walk 2 hitters, load them up, play at every base?
You might do just that.
Brett Wallace, the pinch hitter deluxe, been outstanding all season long. Left-hander against left-hander, however, in this matchup. Let's see if he indeed gets to swing the bat. Infield draws in. Arenado, Reyes at short, LeMahieu, and Morneau on the right side. And the breaking ball low. Outfield at softball depth. 10 pinch hits. The 11th would not only tie Francoeur, it would win it for the Padres. Ground ball, shortstop Reyes, the throw to the plate. Not in time, the Padres win. The speed of Spangenberg beating the throw by Reyes to the plate. So the legs of Spangenberg with a double the hands of Barmes with a beautiful sacrifice. And even though that ball was hit sharply to short, Reyes could not get his throw in time to nail Spangenberg flying in with a winning run. The Padres win it 2-1. RBI to Wallace.
Dick, as you mentioned, all about back control. Spangenberg going the opposite way with the double, Barmes butting him over, and then with the infield drawn in, Reyes has to go to that right side. He's got to really gather himself, get to this baseball that's hit sharply. Now watch, he has got to go to his left to get this, and then on contact, Spangenberg with the